Hey there, team. And welcome to No. No. What did you call this, Merlond? Beastie? I did this one. Did I? Yeah, I'm sure I did. Yeah, you've got... Gondor? Wait, no, what? Beastie? No, Mr. Susan playing as Umbar. There's a Gondor there. What have we got here? No, okay. I've not done this one. Okay. Why do you call this one Merlot, Beastie? Silly boy. Okay, anyway. So, I thought that this was the previous Grey Havens. It's not. It's a different Grey Havens. So, we will be powering through, of course. I'll maybe try to make sure that this isn't too soon after the last one. So, Umbar, anyway, solid, love our sieges, quite enjoying field battles anyway. Alcrondas Legion, Belkith Marksman, any upgrades? No, nice and fragile. Well, I mean, you know, hey, they've still got armor. It's not as beefy as I used to think though. But yeah, Shield Guard there, and some Royal Guard, certainly not lacking in the armor. A Dunaim Shield Guard, Alcrondas Legion with, oh god, no, no ladders. Corsair Fencers, more ladders. Shield Bearers and Shield Bearers with armor upgrades. That's great. So very beautiful pushing, AP melee attacks. I love these guys so much. Harbingers of Castamere, Axe Guard, and Belagar Archers there without armor upgrades. He's pretty sure without. I'm pretty sure they all get, like, you don't really see any exposed chainmail and stuff when they do receive the armor upgrade. To his side there, he's got Mr. Susan, stacked up with another Umbar army, so he's got his Belagar Pikes, I do have Shield Guard, lots of Archers, more Shield Guard, quite a similar force. He's got his Axe Guard, again, no armor upgrades, Alcrondas Legion, and the Royal Guard. So, of course, Umbar, very powerful in a siege, but... gonna maybe be lacking in numbers there. I'm just scared, Beastie. Just don't use those ladders. Oh, what we got in the back here? A Cav? Nope. Some shield bearers that Mr. Susan maybe has forgotten about. We'll see. You often get long deployment on Grey Havens. Then we've got the Dol Amrothians. So he's got some Dornarnal Archers with an armor upgrade. So they will be able to take a bit of a pounding. No shield, but, you know, yeah, some armor to hold them through whatever they're going to be having to face. Some men-at-arms, armor upgraded as well. More men-at-arms. Some more archers again, armor upgraded. Marines in the back, halberdiers, and Haven Guard there with the general amongst them. I like the way, yeah, this is what I would do if I was lower touch me, kind of split my army in half and really divide myself up quite evenly between these two. More halberds, Black Swan Renegades, no pushing ability, or no, well, you know, no exceptional pushing ability, but yeah, some armor-piercing strike with those maces. And then he's got superior marksman down here. That's kind of interesting. And then some pikes. And pikes, halberds over there, pikes over here, superior archers over here. But I guess the AP from those renegades is going to deal the AP that the halberds over here are dealing. Perhaps, I don't know. Maybe that's a strategy, maybe not. Maybe it's just a coincidence. I like the Numenorian Heritage Alliance going on here. It's quite cute. We've got the Gondorians by Runosoko. Why am I dumb? Runosoko. Probably Runo right now because my brain is just dead. No armor upgrades for the Gondorian Archers is quite rare to see. At least I feel. Then Gondorian Spears, and again, no armor upgrades across the board for these Gondorian Spearmen. Very heavy numbers today. Citadel Guard, no armor upgrade for them, of course, but they can't receive one. In the back there, Belagar Marines and the Mithrandir's Retinue. With the General is a bit of a worry for me. You know, something as powerful as this, I like to be quite free and quite bold with it. And if you end up losing your general because you're trying to run through the gate to get some rear charges on the enemy, it's very risky. I would much prefer to see him in the Nimlothian Honor Guard, Ravenhelms, and Ravenhelms. And zooming on over here, we have the last force, another Umbar. Cool. Yeah. So I like this. We've got very much just Numenorian descendants on the attack. With some more Alcrondas Legion. So much Alcrondas Legion today for the defenders to chew through. Every one of these guys locked morale, so you're going to have to kill every single man today. And then the armor upgraded Axe Guard, more AP, good to see. More Alcrondas Legion. Some Corsair Infantry first. We've got a lot of Umbar, but this is the first time we've seen this unit on the field. In this battle, of course. He's got for an armor upgrade to the Corsair Infantry as well, too. Yeah, just kind of keep them in the fight. Make them a little bit more powerful and melee later. Corsair Crossbows, again, quite surprised that we're not seeing more of them, but they do hide, so maybe there are a few dotted around. Bellicith Marksman there, good in melee after the job is done. Rangers and Blackguard in the back. Let's go for 0.1 speed for now as we check out the defenders. So we've got Numenor itself. Okay, I like this. The children of Numenor coming in to smash Numenor under control of Shield Maiden Crutch user. Goodness sake. Coffee there. So he's got his Numenorian steel bows. Yeah, a lot of armor on the field today, so smashing that down with those steel bows would be great. Shield Guard, again, AP with those spears. Cardolan, I was pretty sure I saw that color. So again, we do have some more Sons of Numenor here under the control of Cardolan. So that's a Grizzly Fox. Mineria Spears and Gatekeepers there. No armor upgrade for the Gatekeepers. Wardens of Tir Gorthad and Dunedain Captains. Good. Some armor upgraded Dunedain Captains. I was about to, explode there. Very upsetting for sure. Hearthguard of Amon Sul with the General amongst them. Nice choice. Sharpshooters. Thieves of Tharbad, Numenorian Cohort again by Coffee, Tharbad Warhammers, Dunedain Rangers, and we'll kind of just scan over everything now. Some sharpshooters over on the front left side. I suppose a northeast attack. Guildsmen, mercenary guildsmen. Usually, yeah, I would kind of refrain from these guys, but I think considering we're up against so much Umbar, we've got Gondor on the field, Dol Amroth on the field. You can't go too far wrong by just having this source of AP to grind away at the enemy. And yep, more AP there. Certainly something that Cardolan has in excess with their units, but that's a good thing for this battle today. Very unlike their Arthedain kin, who struggle to get through that sturdy armor. Another unit of Warhammers. You can only get one of those before you go into the red limit, whereas you can get 2 captains before you go into the red limit. I still usually will only get 1 myself, but in a 3v5 defense, yeah, it's not a bad idea. He's got his Royal Court of House Thorondor, so the the attackers do not actually have any melee cavalry there. They've got the Mithrandir's retinue. That'd be an interesting fight. 2 sort of exceptionally high tier Lancer units crashing against each other. But yeah, we do not have have anything to really catch these guys if they do get out, or if they want to just start bouncing around on the inside, which is not a bad idea for the Grey Havens. And here we have spears there, and more Wardens of Tir Gorthad. Again, another red limit unit. Nothing up on this wall right now. Coming on around. What do we have here? Mac. Oh, right, okay, I think maybe a few of those units were Mac already, and I thought they were Grizzly Fox, but this is another Cardolan, so yeah, we do have the Cardolan forces protecting their forefathers of Numenor, up against a lot of other Numenorian descendants on the outside. So bandits there, I love the Cardolan bandits. I mean, the Hobbit bandits are nice too, but no, the Cardolan bandits have that sort of older look, or that older color scheme that we're used to, and it's nice and colorful. It's really cute, and it sort of matches the lighter tones of Cardolan's roster. Dunedain Rangers there, more sharpshooters from Mac. So yeah, that's probably the thing. We might not have actually gone into the red limit with that Warden of Tir Gorthad. As always, yeah, there he is, he's Mac. As always, there should be a link in the description or a timestamp in the description, so just hop to that if you are done with my rambles and you just want to get underway. Royal Legion of Armenelos there in the back, Fires and Swordmasters, and Royal Court. So we'll get underway there. I think it's not a bad idea to rely on your Numenorian Uber tier to be your final defense there. I never actually looked at this structure. It's quite cool. Yeah, anyway, so what do I think here? We're probably going to get these Royal Court outside. Yep, that's what we thought. There's nothing to lock them down. As I say, in the defenders, of course, they deploy after the attackers. They get to see what the attackers have, where they've deployed. So he's seen that there's no cavalry to really worry. And there's a catapult over there by Lord Touchme. And we might... Oh, I think the catapult has been left, probably against the rules of some sort. So yeah, he just left it at the back there and he's unmanned it. So... very nice of Lord Touchme there to abide by those rules. Very upsetting, of course, when you have sort of joined in, you've misunderstood something. Royal Court unfortunately taking that fire to their right side, so their shields aren't going to be helping them out, but they've still got that incredibly sturdy armor, so they should be able to withstand a fair bit of arrow fire for a little while as they try and run on through. They're actually going to respond to that, try and punish these guys that have been hurting them. Yeah, of course, we're going to get a lot of frames stuttering there as these walls go down, so there's only one artillery piece allowed for the attackers, it seems. That's not too uncommon for sure, and I do understand it. But it's just, you know, you've got to be coordinated, not just in the battle, but in that army overview phase. You've really got to work out what you want to do. These shield bearers are really exposed back there. The Royal Court could sprint on over and punish them, but I think the Royal Court are going to maybe just bounce around here, try and deal with Lord Touchme, which is not a bad, yeah, I like. I mean, Lord Touchme's on his own here. He's got so much arrow fire though. That's what would put me off doing it, especially when you get over to the Terathair marksmen. They're going to be really punishing the Royal Court even from the front. I would probably want to pick a sort of a target that I'm not going to be getting shot at all the time by, but the reason that I think he's going for Lord Touchme is just because Lord Touchme is by himself here, and if he can destroy or really weaken this force, yeah, he's not going to destroy it, but if he really weakens it with these Lancers. Oh, good move there by Lord Touchme. Yeah, really got out, and this guy, yeah. Oh, that was a bit dramatic. That was a bit dramatic there, Chief. But yeah, that guy just managed to get caught, so yeah, very nice trade over there. But yeah, I would give up on this. I wouldn't be going for this. I'd go for somebody else who's not going to be doing as much damage to me. But as I say, if he is able to really damage Lord Touchme, then it just means they don't have to worry about their north entirely. You know, they can just leave a handful of troops, and without an artillery piece, Lord Touchme is just going to be a nuisance up there. He's not really going to be able to grind through anybody. What? Yeah, he does have siege towers. What's going on with Beastie? Are we trying to use those ladders? I hope to goodness no. Because goodness, they can be a pain. There we go. No, bashing down the gate, that's good. And yeah, okay, he's got the walls busted open, so he's not going to be using those ladders, I think. Nice thing about ladders, yeah, okay, good. You can sort of sprint up to the enemy, you can run around you can be really, really mobile with them. Oh, sorry, there's actually something going on over here too. Farzam nobles, who I didn't actually spot, sorry about that. They've been rattling in and out of these Corsair infantry, not doing as much damage as the Dol Amrothian archers up in the north, but they do have the numbers, and up against a larger model like the Farzam nobles. But I kind of like that. So Ruvik he's very much just left them to take that charge in and out, and because they're spread out, yeah, he's not touched at all the southwest attack. Let's go to 0.8 for a second, just because there's quite a lot I want to be mentioning. He spread his guys out, so he's not going to be getting, the charges aren't going to be as devastating to these fragile fighters. Oh yeah, those Corsair crossbows, did they get a shot in or not? Yeah, I wouldn't want to come in at that again because of those crossbows. Oh wow, we did get a hell on those crossbows. What are we at here? 2% casualties, so the boys have done not too bad. The thing that they're going to have to remember, though, is once the attackers actually get into the city and they have to start micromanaging their... Oh, wow, which is happening right now. Jeezy peeps, going for it, Ruvik. They're going to have to start micromanaging their infantry. It changes the game, and you're no longer really able to just micro the absolute hell out of those cavalry units. Beautiful there. Unfortunately, that was to the left side, so those Alcaronas Legion did actually tank a good bit of that damage, but still, a lot of hurt there. And they are leading the way, and they're alone up here, which is a bit of a shame. They're going to get picked apart by the AP Shield Guard, and really one of the only units that can... Oh, steel bows even. So, but to be honest, yes, steel bows in melee, just about as good as Numenorian cohorts, so they should do all right up against the Alcarondas Legion. Of course, Alcarondas Legion named after they were, I believe, the only ship. I'm a bit fuzzy with all that lore, but of course, the only ship from Numenor that actually did manage to land on Valinor, sort of remembering the strength and bravery of their forefathers to actually try and go and fight gods. So they are not going to be, fumbling at the as they battle up against these Numenorians. That actually looks quite nice. Goodness sake, the Alcaronas Legion. I love Umbar's roster. I think it's so gorgeous. Again, I think a wall's maybe coming down. We're getting a little bit of frame stutter going on. Another locked morale unit, not quite as noble as the great Alcarondas Legion, but still locked morale all the same. Yeah, that's another wall coming down. I thought so. I always get quite worried when I see the frames stuttering away. I'm like, no, what's going on? But then, yeah, it is just a wall coming on down. And now, the thing is, Ruvik is really hitting hard here, and we are not slamming on in. You know, that was something that was so prevalent in the, or yeah, so important. And oh goodness sake, stop. Dust, stop it. Good hit. And this is what we're talking about. Micro maybe being a problem here. Perhaps Grizzly's just putting a bit too much attention into his, or no, that was Max Cav. But Grizzly's focused over there in the southeast. So he's not noticed that his poor garrison footmen are getting riddled. But those Belgar archers need to... Oh, don't shoot the sharpshooters. Shoot at these garrison footmen. They're nice, tightly back there. You can rip them apart. But yeah, anyway, sorry. That was something the last Grey Havens battle did so well. The attackers were just so coordinated, and when they came in together, well timed, perfectly. Whereas this is immediately starting to be a bit scary for the attackers. Oh, saying that though, they're racking up quite a few kills. They're doing not too bad for kills. That's great to see, but it does scare me a bit that we've, you know, we're a bit mistimed. But see, locked morale units here, they're not going to be bolting. You can't trust, you know, had he led the way even with something like the Balka Shield Bearers, this would have not gone in his favour at all. These guys would have bolted. But that locked morale really helping him out. Still though, the grind, these sort of lower, well yeah, in comparison to the, it's weird to call them in Heriath Spearmen lower tier, but when they're compared to the Alcarondas Legion and the Numenorian cohort to their flanks, or in front of them and to their flank, they are lower tier today. It's it must be a bit of a shame to be a fully professional soldier and to, you know, be thinking of yourself that way. But yeah, it's there's no shame in it when you are comparing yourself to these legendary warriors. There, we've got the thieves actually mixing up with the Balakith marksmen. I like that a lot from Grizzly Fox. Just yeah, they're gutting their way through them. And it looks like Ruvik has sort of remained in guard mode. He was trying to get these shots out, but a good spread of the thieves. And yeah, they are just mowing through. Just, yeah, I like that. I like this grind. Thieves of Slarad, I love them as a unit. I just don't use them all that much. It's not, yeah, I just never really get them used. But they just don't match my playstyle too much. Oh, a trebuchet, not a trebuchet, a ballista. Hopefully not. I don't know if I'd pick that as my target though. I think I maybe hold, just because the thieves are doing a not too bad a job there anyway. So I guess a few burns might break them is the thing. Hearthguard of Amon Sul there as well. I'll stay in 0.8 speed because there's a lot of frantic attacks going on here. Here it is. Yeah, this is a beefy line. Holy smokes, the Gondorians really barreling on in and surrounding Grizzly's lines. Coming in, oh, beast. Oh, sorry, that's some guys breaking over there. Numenorian's really folding up the line now. That's a bit scary. At least you're trying to come in and block it. But you do not want to get bottled up at that gate. If you get bottled up at that gate, the Rangers, yeah, good, Rangers are there. The Rangers are going to be just carving right through your line, just scything straight through those boys as they're chunked up there, which, yeah, you're seeing that happening now. They had a great thing going when they had that front line attack, but the skilled Numenorians knew exactly what they were doing, and they have pushed them back. The Gondorians are going to hold out for a bit longer, though, on the left. Really coming in fast through this section where they didn't really have any major resistance by the looks of things. But up against what's arrayed against them, the Gondorians are going to struggle to really do damage fast enough there. Well, we got, again, Creamy Garrison Footmen being left there by Grizzly. And I would still be wanting to shoot these guys. I think they're a perfect little target. Any movement by Dol Amroth? A few more dead Cavaliers. I don't actually know what ended up happening to those poor horsemen, but it looks like they have either perished or retreated back inside. Doing some alright work though, I'm sure. Catapult crew there, yeah, just trying to engage the men-at-arms. Men-at-arms will certainly like that fight, but it's pulling them out. And a few shots coming out of them. No, we could maybe run the archers around there, but no, probably no point. Mac would just run inside in response to that. So just give the catapult crew the most fair fight that they can have, I guess. And yeah, the Menhiria men-at-arms are still at full manpower. I'd be interested to see if they could get a kill or not. I suspect the catapult crew would grab a kill or two. Let me just grab a quick gulp of tea. Nice. So yeah, the 32,000 frames certainly not like the longest fight in the world, but I guess with the aggression we've seen so far from the attackers, it's no surprise. A few more corpses there. Harbingers, so gotta be careful there. What we got? Now, where are those nobles? Nobles could, if they don't have the general, I think the nobles could hide in some of those trees. But it just scares me, the Harbingers, and that's the general among them. Yeah, so we could get a left side charge there. We'd get shot by crossbows. It wouldn't... maybe would be worth it. I don't know. Depends. Okay, I thought that Coffee was actually going to be falling back there, but no, he's rushing on forward again to retake the defensive line. The thing is, once he does start to fall back there, we need to fall back everywhere, and I don't think we're ready for that yet. I think that I usually would feel a lot better if the defenders sort of hold this outer level until they're maybe like 50% casualties. Not so much because of like fairness, because you need to use up the attacker's ammunition. And you're much better using up the ammunition here rather than falling back to that final choke point where you are quite exposed to enemy fire. We see a lot of people really fall back nice and early, and the attackers come forward. I've been in a position as an attacker a lot of the time where I come forward and I'm like, right, you've got no cover. I have a huge amount of ammunition. You've wasted this, and they just shoot them with my crossbows or arrows, whatever, and then march on up through the choke point. Ooh, that's a big break there, 80 men. That's a bit of a shame, but they will return. They should return anyway. Gondorian archers there. I would love to see those Gondorian archers running up here and taking this wall, in all honesty. From there, or some marines maybe, or blackguard. Beastie could come in here with his marks. Oh, he's actually getting an okay arc from outside anyway, but he is coming into the front of a shield line, but you've got to take what you can get as an attacker. You're not gonna, if you can get an exposed enemy unit. Oh, archers. What are we doing? I like that we're coming inside with the archers, but they've still got their bows out. I say, get on that wall. That'd be lovely. But no, so you've got to take what you can get as an attacker, and if you can get an exposed unit, even if they're shielded, even if they're armored, if you know that your arrows are generally going to go into them, sometimes it's not a bad idea. Grizzly is actually over here with his captains. We've got these three siege towers just sat there, but I don't think that Mr. Sheaves is going to be using them. I think that's really just a barrier in his way. Oh, yeah, and you can see it's always a risk. Siege towers are not going to do it as much as ladders, but we are still losing. Okay, nobody's suffering it now. What I generally find is that people are going to die if they receive another order while they're basically on the ledge. Like this guy might... Oh. No, okay, good. If they know what they're doing, then they'll kind of keep following that. I find that they die when they're here and then you tell them to attack something. Or you tell them to move somewhere, and the little AI inside their brain is like, oh, okay, I'm going to do something different now. And they just, like, they slip and fall. It's like you call up to a guy from down at the bottom. It's like, hey, wait, look, and he goes, oh, somebody just dropped there. But a lot of the time, oh, no. Oh, that was the captain of the unit. Rip. At least it wasn't a Knight of the Silver Swan. It wasn't a proper, like, 2-hit point guy. But yeah, it was the captain of the men-at-arms there. Bit of a shame to have your fully armored captain fall down and crush one of your boys, but yeah, they'll do all right there. But it's always sucks, like, yeah. And with ladders, you get so much more of that. You get a lot more people dying on ladders than you do on siege towers. Goodness me, we must have had some ranger fire here. No, it was maybe just the bandits. Maybe just bandits and a sturdy line of Greenway Garrison footmen. And again, Lord Touch Me suffering a little bit from siege towers. But the Blackswan Renegades are over here now. And, oh, yep. Rip. Poor guy. A bit too overzealous jumping down from the siege tower there. So he is, he's got his AP advantage. Blackswan Renegades really not too bad in a fight as well. They're up against an they're outnumbered by Minheriath men at arms, but still the AP is going to work wonders for them, and they should do a good bit of killing. This is not going to be a bad exchange for Lord Touchme. He's going to get beaten back from that wall if he doesn't receive support, but he's going to hurt them. Over here, it's a bit of a different story. The Dunedain captains, of course, being sword masters there, they're going to be deflecting away a lot of that damage. They don't just rely on their armor, they rely a lot more on that defensive skill as well. So they're going to be really helping themselves out. But somebody's got to fight them, and the Blackswan Renegades are doing an okay job. They will pick away at them, they will do a bit of damage. And that captain, he's got an AP sword there, nice and sharp. He's got to compete with his macemen allies, or macemen men under his command. So, alright, two or three marksmen there. They've kind of got to use up their ammunition, I suppose, before the defenders possibly sally out and attack them. A few halberdiers making their way over, but that might... I mean, Lord Touchme is going through his forces quite quick over here as well. This is a very wild attack. 42 for 32. That's a bit of a scary position to be in the attacker's shoes right now. But... as I say, usually until we get to that 50% mark, I don't worry all that much for the attackers. As long as they're within 10%, you know, which we're within 10%, that's fine. I usually think, you know, the attackers have still got a dang good chance, because it does turn around very quickly for them. Whoop. Nice stuff from that ballista. Yeah, ballista, of course, receiving that nice accuracy upgrade in the patch, well, in the recent version. By recent version, I mean it's been out for a year, but it's the most recent version that we have of Reforged. Before that, the ballista was really kind of ignored a bit. You know, you would always prefer a catapult, you would always prefer a tram, but or you would usually just always prefer a catapult. But then they buffed trebuchets, gave them a lot more accuracy, and they buffed ballistas again, accuracy. And I think a bit of range. Ballistas became basically the perfect counter artillery piece. But because of that accuracy, it really means that you can get some good carves. Unless you were quite unlucky, you should be able to avoid your own Minheriath spears and rattle right through the Gondorian spears. Whoop! Speaking of the catapult there, crashing against the wall. Some Numenorian steel bows there. Ballista crew. No, okay, I thought they had given up on that ballista, but no, they've just turned it around. So a few of them were standing forward there. Oh, out of ammunition Hearthguard getting sent on in there. This is the general for Grizzly, so he's got to be a bit careful here. He's already quite bloodied. And Hearthguard, of course, so the general will gain the stats of the units that he's around. Hearthguard are decent in a fight, of course, but they're spear wielders. Yeah, pulling out there. A few more of them have died, so yeah, he's gonna get out there. It was a nice offer to come in there and just back up your Numenorian allies, but no, get the heck out of there. Oh no, he actually went in to shut down these archers, but now he's getting shot in the back. Oi oi oi! Ruvik is just barreling in with everything, which is good. I definitely do like that. Oh, he's out of ammunition? No, he's still got his rangers. Now, if these rangers can find a great arc where they can just slice right through that line, that would be fantastic. But that's him about gone there. What's over here? Some routing forces. So it does look nasty in places for the defenders, and they're holding these outer areas. Maybe, yeah, okay, you could see a retreat at some point now. But the situation that's that's happening over there with Coffee, you'd often get a retreat when you saw something like that happening. But because of how little Ruvik has left, it makes sense that they're actually wanting to just hold out until the end. Belgar archers pushed up there. A few Dunedain captains remaining up against Axgard. If these Dunedain captains keep their morale steady, they will gut quite a lot more of these guys, but I don't know how long they're going to stand, given that there's a lot of scaries, and their general's just gone down. Is this, ooh, if that's Grizzlies, guys, yeah, no, breaking. Yeah, not a surprise there. They were really shaking, and then their general dropped. There was only about sort of 6 or 7 of them left at the time, though, but we've got some more forces standing from Grizzly up against Mr. Susan's wild attacks. Over here, Dol Amroth coming in for their final attack. Getting some shots. Is this... Yeah, oh, crossbowmen shooting these guys in the back. That's beautiful to see for an attacker. Oh, sorry, for a defender. Very, very frightening for an attacker. I like the garrison footmen trying to hold back these halberds and men-at-arms. Just sort of a sturdy defensive line coming... Well, a sturdy armoured line coming at them. They'll really struggle to break through, but still, pikes are pikes. And this is nice flat ground. And the bandits are providing them a little bit of manpower just to take a beating here and there too. Up on this wall, archers, yeah, just out of ammunition archers, just providing a little bit of a nuisance. Heavily armoured, so they... Or, well, decently armed. So they'll at least take a while to go down. Looks like Lord Touchme is going to be giving up this attack, which I understand. Yeah, sharpshooters there. It's fair enough to see him bolting. This guy, oh, he made it. Oh, damn. Oh, he's still okay. He's still okay. I like that. Maybe I could do something. Maybe I could think about that. And he is... No, he's failed. Rip. That's a shame, and that was what it took. It was the captain of the marksmen there who just sort of fell off the ladder. To be honest, like he'd been shot by crossbows a few times. He probably wasn't. He probably didn't have all of his senses about, so I can forgive him for the little trip. Men at arms coming down here, and this will probably be the end of Lord Touchme's attack. He does have those halberdiers coming along, and he does have the Haven Guard who have just thrown themselves on in actually. But a quick little side charge by the men-at-arms, really, yeah, blasting this line open. This is going to cause a break, surely. No, it's not. I guess the Haven Guard and the General are right there, so they're going to stay for a bit, but they should still have victory there. Marines really trying to get through with their javelins, which they are going to be able to. Holy smokes, well done. Lord Touchme, I didn't think that they would make it. And there's nothing to respond to them. Okay, we sort of pulled the line open, which is sort of what we had to do, but that's gonna really change the game. Okay, Lord Touchme is kind of... He's altered this really quickly. Now, yeah, what Mac needs is he needs these guys to break fast, or well, he's gonna be in a bit of trouble. Bandits here, mixed in amongst the Minheriath spears, trying their best to hold back the Belagar pikes and Corsair Blackguard. They'll do their best. They'll do their best. I like to see bandits on the field, of course, after they've used their ammunition. It's great. And it's nice as a defender to have a unit like that you do just, you can just sort of throw them away after they use their ammunition. They're just sort of got some decent numbers. Beastie's sort of barreling on in. These guys do have ammo. So I was mentioning before just how sort of important that is for an attacker on Grey Havens. Again, need more tea. Cheering away. Okay, guys, like, it was just one mercenary guildsman, and he did take one of you out too. So maybe not too much cheering just yet. We still have a lot to be done. Yeah, you can see. So the percentage is really starting to match now, as the defenders are forced to fall back. But it just depends how much have we managed to bleed the attacker's ammunition. There's a lot of rangers left. There's still the Mithrandir's retinue, which, I mean, if we're going to get those used, we need to use them now, because once they fall back to that final point, they're going to be near enough useless. So get running, try to find some defenders, get over here maybe, and smash some people up. But yeah, things are starting to fall apart, and this went from very good for the defenders to really quite scary. So no, I think it's maybe time to get back, to huddle up. Yeah, get away from the Mithrandir's retinue for sure. That is not something you want to be messing with, unless you've still got the Fires of Nobles hiding somewhere to snatch them up. Okay, Corsair Fencers as well. Locked morale. Maybe got their little throwing knives still. That's quite nice and close. Oh, Royal Court House Thorondor there. Looks like they were sort of bolting back and forth, sort of stuck in this little corner. Yeah, not really too sure how to find their way back to the rally point. Be good if they could rally, because, you know, like three lancers in the late game of a siege can be wondrous. We need to get those Mithrandir's retinue over here. A good few smashes would work wonders. Yeah, Mac's making the right call, I think, to start getting back. So I don't know if we've used up enough of the enemy's ammunition, or the attacker's ammunition. I think that the attackers still do have a fair few arrows left, but we've got a lot of crossbows still too here. We've got our jabs. Still certainly is all to play for, and we've got some steel bows. But what I like to have as a defender at this point is, you know, kind of some skirmish ready some skirmish ready archers. Something that I can use to really rattle down at enemy skirmishers. Oh god, there's that catapult too. That could be devastating. What happened to our ballista as the defenders? It was here before. I'm not seeing it being deserted. It was used quite a bit, but I think it should still have some ammo. No. It's not back here. So, okay. Of course, something that Numenor has in their favor are those just absolute uber elites. The Fires and Swordmasters and so on. Good hits here. Very painful for poor Grizzly. And yeah, I was thinking the Mithrandir's retinue was like a bad call, but if they're used pretty liberally right now, then they could maybe pay for themselves. But as I say, I would take whatever charge I could kind of get. I would have probably turned around and tried to hit them again. I know there were pikes right there, but the problem is when the defenders fall back to that final point, your cavalry's pretty much useless, you know? When they're just defending those two bridges. Yes, you can, you know, I've seen sometimes where people can sort of barrel through and, you know, dart back and forth in this area, but it's I don't think that's going to happen. Very rare to see that pulled off properly. What do we have? Bellic archers? No. Oh, no, Royal Court. They'd moved, but no, they're still just routing. It's very strange that they're routing so far from where they were originally sort of getting bugged out. So Mr. Susan's still got a bit left. Beastie's still got a bit left. Who is... Okay, oh, right, Mr. Susan's really quite beefy. I think it's generally down to Mr. Susan and Beastie, with a bit of Runo as well. Really, it was the southern attack of Umbar and the northern attack of Dol Amroth that bled the defenders a fair bit and bled themselves very much dry. So can their allies sort of finish it off? A lot of AP though. Wards the White Tower as well. And the Numlothian Honor Guard. I do feel the Numlothian Honor Guard kind of outshine the Warns the White Tower. Warns the White Tower, I just, you know, they don't... You know, they'll struggle for the most part, I think. I often feel that way about sort of sword and board elite units. They always seem to... yeah, to never really shine perfectly. This is the ballista there. Or not as much as sort of the more quirky elites that have something else going for them. So either a sword master or some sort of EP unit. Just going in 2x speed as we shuffle right now. I will slow it if I think there's any sort of major action. Good, another quick hit there. I don't know what they were hitting. Some more as a Tyr Gorthad. Very good, okay. Some of them actually managed to run right on through, but there's not going to be many. They're not going to be able to hold a line by themselves. I like this. I really like that the attackers are not just letting the defenders fall back, reorganize. They're staying on them. That's quite rare to see. Usually when the defenders manage to sort of escape the initial chase, the attackers start to just take their time and organize properly, and maybe that kind of is going to show that the attackers don't have as much ammunition as I was thinking. Because if I was an attacker and I had a lot of ammo, I'd be more than willing to let my opponent set up. I'd be more than willing to let them sort of organize themselves, because I'm going to organize myself and I'm going to shoot you to pieces. But if I don't have ammunition, I certainly don't want you to organize. Yeah, kind of like what they've done over here. They've actually set up, they're ready for the attack. Whereas the other side, the attacks really managed to catch them out. And these pikes haven't been able to sort of properly get ready. You know, we saw what happened in the Wars of Tyr and Gorthad. We sort of threw mixed around the lines. Oh, goodness me. Thieves using up. Oh, you don't want that. Yeah, that's Max probably got these guys on fire. Well, maybe he does. Maybe he's okay with it. But I would maybe want... Oh, no, they're getting some good kits. Yeah, they're getting some good kills there. It's one or two volleys there, maybe not perfect up against a few rangers, but no, it's going now. It's going fine now. There's not actually that much coming in. Are we? No, it's just a bit slower. Yeah, there was the real sort of early attack, but no, we've got everything else moving on up now. So there will be a bit of time as we'll just focus in on here. We'll stay at 2 times speed, just as I say, until they are done. Done forming up. Let's zoom in slightly, just to that point. That's all we really need now. Blackguard finishing off the last of these pikemen. Still victory is certain for these pikes. Few men at arms, very good. That's quite impressive to have no morale buffing units nearby. To only have 3 men inside your unit. That's quite nice. Very well done there, dude. Yeah, or dudes. Yeah, fighting to the last. Very much. Sort of spread out a bit. 2 of them left now. I think one was over here, one's over there, one's over here. I like that sort of just standing up and protecting the militiamen behind you is pretty brave, pretty noble for those professional soldiers. Yeah, just one left there. Gatekeepers moving up, halberdiers after they're done, so very good at just holding the line. Steel bowmen out of ammunition, but as I say, pretty much a unit in Numenorian cohort, and there's two separate units there mixed up. Always nice, so you can get a bit more control over your front line with that. You know, you can sort of put a bit more focus in one area if you've got 2 different units. You can shuffle around. Sharpshooters, it's gonna the crossbows for the defenders gonna be a big deal. Then it's just gonna come down to, can the attackers shoot the Farsam Swordmasters? Because if those Farsam Swordmasters are able to, what's going on over here? Mythrender's Renew and just some routing units, no doubt. Trying to find just what that is. Yeah, just some words that turn over that, trying to find their way out. Yes, so apart from the likes of the two-handed swordsman of Umbar, who of course I remember the name of. Harbingers of Castamere, there we go, I knew it was something Castamere. Apart from the Harbingers of Castamere, like, nothing can really go toe-to-toe with the Farsam Swordmasters. Even the Harbingers are going to really struggle in that fight, which is a rare thing for them. Ballista opening up, of course, I think it was targeting the catapult there. It wasn't targeting the spears. That was just a sort of a happy accident, I suppose, but I'm sure he would have much preferred to strike down that catapult, because that catapult's going to be devastating if Rinosuke is actually able to get it used. And he's going to be microing this a fair bit. He doesn't have that much left. He's got his elites, though, and he is using his elites very happily here. Which is maybe a little bit too early. We're only on a 1-time speed there. Maybe this is a bit too early for something like this to get used, but he's happy enough to send it on in. Can we get some crossbow fire onto their right side, because their shields aren't going to come into play? I'm surprised that the steel bows are actually resisting this. This is AP damage from a bodyguard tier unit. No, okay, that's changing now. Alright, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see what ends up changing with that. But yeah, I would really... Because you can usually shoot through this, right? So... No. Runosuke's kind of getting deeper in, so maybe he's not going to be able to shoot. Sharpshooters there. Yeah, Mr. Susan looks like, yeah, they definitely want to get some more of their arrows used at this point, which, yeah, fair enough. If you've got it, you use it. Dunedain Rangers out of ammo, so yeah, if they can get into the front line without being shot to pieces, which, yeah, they're taking a little bit of fire, but if they can avoid shots, they can certainly do not too bad up against a few of these guys, especially the Axe Guard. They'll be able to deflect a few of those blows. Royal Guard, looks like they're maybe, no, just shuffling, still have some ammo. Back to the other side. Approaching the last 10,000 frames now, well, definitely past the last 10,000 frames now, so I think we've probably got quite an aggressive attack. So the the attackers definitely don't have too much ammo left, or they're not willing to use all of it. More AP spears. Not quite on the same level as the Nemonthian Honor Guard, but still very high tier Citadel Guard arriving now. Yeah, Numenorian Cohort and Steel Bows really struggling now, realizing that they're going up against bodyguard tier units. Fires and Swordmasters having to come forward to answer to this. Elites answering to elites, but that's going to mean that the attackers on this side can get some shots into them and maybe get a lucky catapult hit or two. What happened with that one? Ooh. No, that was a very lucky miss for the defenders. Not having well, yeah, they're either going to go for this line, or I'd be happy to take whatever here. If you can get a good splash into anything, you'd be chuffed. Maybe you can't shoot. I'm sure you could. Yeah, these guys, right, blasting. Yeah, you can shoot through this. So they are just getting their arrows barreling on into your right side, so no shields. I would have really liked to see this a bit earlier. Oh, jabbies. Into the Royal Court. Oh, holy smokes. Okay, a lot of Royal Court just going down there to the Pelgar Marines. More jabs coming in. See, this is one the defenders need this. Oh, God, ouch. The defenders really need their elite core to just fight man on man with these attackers. And that's not being allowed right now by the javelins. Okay, javelins are done. So many more archers, though. And they're firing up and over. A bit of friendly fire, no doubt. Harborings of Castamere coming in. That's a good idea. Yeah, we've got a lot of ammunition. Okay. Balakith Marksman. I love that sword there. Royal Guard. Okay. But yeah. Let's see. It's just going to come down. If the defenders can just get a long, drawn-out melee engagement for their Swordmasters and for their Royal Court, they might do okay, but they're still fighting Citadel Guard, and they're still fighting the Nemonthian Honor Guard here, so maybe it won't be enough. Yeah, I like that Numenor is pretty much handling this side, Cardolan's pretty much handling over here. Well, of course, a bit of mixing it up now and again, but for the most part, that seems to be what's going on. Halberdiers not really fighting there. They need to be given another attack order there by Lord Touchme. It's nice to see that he's still in this fight. There are still some Amrothians mixing it up with their fellow attackers. Belfast Marines, Javies in hand. Okay, again, more Amrothians. And some archers there. The Belgar archers from Mr. Season. Yeah, just when you've got a unit like this, just set them on fire at will and just see what happens. Whoa. Okay, nice. Few dead gatekeepers. That's quite a... Wow. Holy smokes, that was quite a good one. Because, as I say, these gatekeepers are... You know, of course, you take them for their crossbows. But after they've used up their crossbows, you really want to be getting them using their halberds as a final defensive line. And they're going to be doing a very good job of that. So if we can just kill some of them, then that is fantastic. Royal Guard coming on over here. Now, what you can see a lot of the time when... You know, the natural impulse is to sort of defend here and defend here. But an attacker can kind of just abuse that by moving up to here and then shooting your other line in the back. That's why they've kind of done this slightly more stretched defense. And Max coming out on this side so that the attackers can't just move with their archers and riddle the back of the Numenorian lines. They're still going to be able to do a bit of that if they really wanted to, but no, it makes it a lot more difficult. Not too many Nemonthian Honor Guards remaining now. Yeah, the Swordmasters have started to grind away, and the Royal Legion are mixing up. Oh god, if we got one nice catapult splash right into those elites, that might be it over. And here are Sharpshooters out of ammunition now, but that's 79 Macemen ready for the front line. With some decent melee stats. I say I really like the Sharpshooters. One of my favourite units in the game, without a doubt. Most of Cardolan's roster is, you know, some of my favourite units in the game, though, I've got to say. I like having armour, and I like to be able to get rid of my enemy's armour. So Cardolan's the man for me. This is a beautiful thing for the defenders to be seeing as well, although it is maybe 30, you know, it's 38 crazed attackers coming at them. It's a sign that the catapult's out of ammunition. So they will be chuffed to bits with that. And it means that they are the only ones with an artillery unit now. Even if it may be a very out of ammunition ballista, it's still a ballista. And, I like the catapult crew for Numenor has got that sort of Arnorian style helmet, or sort of the older type, rather than Gondorian helmet. That the Amrothians and Gondorians have. Oh, no, announcer maybe got a little bit confused there. Don't know. I guess it was maybe just this last unit moved out. Oh, we've got Max Hearthguard. Didn't actually see these guys. They've got their spears out, so they must have been firing away. But still, that's 60. Oh, at least it's the right side. Their shields are coming into play. But still, yeah, that's 64. 2 hit point spearmen, nicely armored. I do like that they're all like older guys for the Hearthguard. You know, it's it just really matches in. Once again, one of my favorite units. I feel so stupid a lot of the time. Just like whenever I look at like Cardolan's roster, I'm just like, yep, I like these guys. Yeah, I like these guys too. Oh yeah. Haven Guard there, kind of struggling. I guess it's up against a lot of AP, but we're pretty fragile over on this side. And yeah, Mr. Susan, quite right, wanting to use up their ammunition, but okay. Yeah, I guess like once this line breaks, like what is there really to come flying through? Not all that much. Not all that much. What's I say I'm interested. Oh no, these last few Cavaliers did get caught somewhere. Okay, no, I thought he's maybe standing there ready to come back on in. It is funny, and because Grey Havens is one of those maps that you do often get, you know, like little defending units that just get forgotten about. Usually left on the wall somewhere, and the attackers can just move past them. So you get a few little moments where you can get a nice backstab by like, say, 20 swordsmen that have just been forgotten about. Usually doesn't amount to much, but it's a nice little quirk later on in the fight. Warhammers mixed in with the Hearthguard of Amon Sul. Some amazing defenders mixed in with some amazing attackers, who still have some pretty good defense too. And oh, that's another attack. That was probably Gondor. No, it's definitely not Gondor's general. He was in with the Mithrandir's retinue. I couldn't say exactly. Maybe no, it wasn't Beastie. That was our allies' general is dead. But no, I think it was maybe Beastie, because the announcer can be confused. Oh well. Ah, okay, no, that's Numenor's general that just went down, but these guys should not mind. Yeah, Farzam Swordmasters and Royal Legion of Armenelos, they should be happy enough kind of fighting just about until the end. Hearthguard of Amon Sul and Tharbad Warhammers, maybe not. But yeah, this is just what the defenders want. They just want to keep this grind. There's just not the elite core. I mean, the Wardens of the White Tower, as I say, I like them. I do take them to sieges. Actually, sometimes I don't. But yeah, I do like them, but they're gonna really struggle up against what's in front of them here, even being quite nice and healthy. Citadel Guard are still there. There's still some Raven Helms as well. Catapult, as I say, it's been left. Archers still pinging away, but there's not enough ammo over on this side. Okay. Right, the Haven Guard are starting to batter on through now, even with the Dunedain captains up against them. Royal Guard and the Haven Guard are gonna maybe be too much for this. Any more forces? No. Ballista. You might want to get that ballista sort of set up and ready to go, and just not firing, but just as soon as that line breaks, just try to batter some shots into the Haven Guard. They're slowly taking damage to archer fire, but I mean, hell. All you need is 3 guys, and you're fine. So, but yeah, one more loss, and we're gonna lose a ballista. Because this guy, the flag bearer, can't take control of one. What's this? Oh goodness me! Well, he made it through the lines. So I wonder, did Beastie try and push through and then they broke? That would maybe he did. He got pretty far with it. These aren't some other unit, but it's one of the Numenorian defenders, no doubt. Burned up by a catapult or something. But no, they've broken all the same. We can actually reach all the way over here, but to be honest, this is maybe benefiting the defenders slightly right now, because their lines are so fragile that those arrows are coming in, largely hitting the attacking forces. The only sort of real benefit is when we do hit the attacking forces, they're hitting their front, so they're hitting shields largely, but I mean, the Haven Guard don't have shields. They don't have that Elven Swordmaster shield. Oh, there's some Harbingers of Castamere here too. Yeah, right. Ballista. Go, go, go. Open fire. We need it. And yeah, these guys are just kind of bouncing around and just getting in the way. Come on, Ballista crew. Get those fire bolts right through those elites. This is really our only hope right now. Because... Okay, if you Royal Guard... What's happening over here? Victory is still certain for the Royal Legion. Those blooming archers. Swordmasters as well. Hearthguard. There's not a few Tharbad Warhammers coming on over. Blackguard are through. Yeah, the Ballista crew just still like bouncing around, not sure what they want to go for. And just getting it a bit interrupted. Warhammers there, yeah, tying up the Blackguard. Oh, Blackguard still have their jabs. That's why they've been targeted there. Because that would finish this very quickly. Ballista, come on. No, the Haven Guard are going to stop it. Yeah, no. They were just mixing their targets a bit too much. Like, I don't know if that was Coffee's fault, though, to be honest. Like, sometimes artillery units can just be silly. And they can just not know who you're shooting at. But that was pretty wild. What do we end up with there? Yeah, that was pretty damn close. And they're going to gut quite a few more of these guys here. The Mithrandir's retinue, once again, kind of showing that they're here for a reason. Are hopefully going to get some good little charges in and out and do some good damage. But, whoa. Didn't see that coming. I really thought that with the early attacks in the north and the south, I thought that this was going to end in disaster for the attackers. I really didn't think that they were going to be able to salvage it. But I think it was just a pretty... Not so much a bit of a disorganized retreat from the defenders really caused them a lot of pain. The Mithrandir's retinue doing some good work, of course, during that retreat, but it was just, yeah, I think it was just all of that, because they went up in the space of like 5 minutes. They lost about 6%, which, and they didn't, like, they lost a 6% advantage in about 5 minutes, which is pretty disastrous. The attackers still had a fair bit of ammunition. They were struggling to use it at this stage, as you can see. But no, I don't know what the... I should stress, like, 5v3s are always tough, like, for a defender. You know, 3v4s can always be tough for a defender, too, on certain maps. But yeah, what could have just been done different for the defenders? I don't know, I think army compositions were great. I don't know. Yeah, I think I think that this was just yeah, just an unfortunate thing. I would love to know how many kills the Cav got, because the Cav were doing like quite a good job. What I would have maybe done, instead of the Fires of Nobles going on one side and the Royal Court going on the other, I would have had them both come out on the same side. That's something that I see quite a lot. And say had they both come out and just bullied Dol Amroth in the same way as they did, or they both bullied, you know, Umbar, whichever side they wanted to come out on. I think it's always better to come out together, because then you just start to overwhelm people. You can catch them better. You can really just abuse them, and I would have done that. I always suggest, like, the attack and the attackers didn't have any unit of melee cavalry. And when you've got Dol Amroth, when you've got Umbar, I mean, I guess with Umbar you've only really got expensive melee cavalry, but Dol Amroth you've got some you can take some pretty cost-effective melee cavalry. I would have recommended a unit for sure. Even Gondor's got the Gondorian cavalry, but I don't like them too much, you know. But for sure, Runosuko, armor upgrades. Gondor, you know, we need them. They're nice and cheap. Yeah, definitely, for sure. Oh yeah, we get all of Umbar, don't we? Harbingers, they're really ripping people apart toward the, well, during the attack, I suppose. During the initial attack. All of that Alcaronda's Legion would have not been fun to rip through too, because you just can't morale shock them. Of course, their crossbow, that's good. Well, like, good for the defenders, that they were able to stop them from getting any more than 10 kills. That's really, really nice. So you can see they were shot up to pieces by the looks of things anyway. Of course, your infantry, yeah, nice shout, but just numbers and just, yeah, peppering some damage into them. And Blackguard, yeah, doing some great work. Mr. Susan there, what do we have? Anything crazy, crazy? Alcrondus Legion actually being... It's interesting that Alcrondus Legion for Mr. Susan were great killers, but Ruvik they weren't. But that's probably because Ruvik used his Alcrondus Legion as the initial wave, and also, you got to keep in mind, Ruvik's up against Numenorians, whereas Mr. Susan was up against Cardolan, Numenorian descendants. So there's always going to be a bit of a difference. And then Beastie there, anything crazy for you? 99, a lot of 90s. And yeah, just coming to finish the job there. Shield bearers, no. I mean, the thing is, shield bearers, they're pushing units, and I do use them as my like mainline infantry when I play as Umbar, which I know they're not, you know, because they never used to have that mass. That's, you know, that's a fairly recent change that they were given that, and I love it. But I still play as if they didn't. They're just a nice AP unit for me sometimes. But yeah, it was a long time ago, so if Mac or Coffee can remember how many kills their cav got, maybe that's something. But yeah, thank you guys very much, and I will see you later.